Oh, baby, we got a brand new trailer for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. But before we jump into that, I want to quickly look at the collector's edition because this whole video is going to be a breakdown. We did a breakdown in the past trailer. Now, listen, I'm going to miss stuff. The trailer is packed tight full of stuff. I'm going to miss stuff inevitably. So, you know, whatever I miss, let us know in the comment section below. There's only so thorough I can be with this, okay? And there's a lot to cover. There's a lot of content that I've been posting out reactions, and there's a lot more to come because Nintendo also released a bunch of stuff today, like the Game Boy Color or Game Boy games, the Game Boy Advance, Metroid Prime Remastered. It's crazy, dude, and that was a crazy direct. But first, Nintendo UK posted this, but it's the same collector's edition that Nintendo of America showed. We just got an actual trailer for it, so I wanted to kind of look at it really quick because first of all, we got the game, which is really cool, but we got the steelbook, and the steelbook is beautiful. It's got that art we've seen in the previous trailer, which is really, really nice, but we also got a pin set. It includes 4 pins, and they're purposely hiding the pins. We only got to see one, and these are like the ancient symbols or whatever. We talked, again, a little bit about that in a previous video. I believe that kind of, you know, symbol in the middle in the box is kind of like the general, like, ancient symbol. I don't know what it's called. No one knows what it's called. But anyways, we got that. We can see a little bit of the other one over there, but we see this Sheikah Eye one, which again, I don't know what it is. This, I didn't know what it was, but apparently it's a steel poster, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know how big it is, but it's still pretty cool. I wish there would be like some kind of, you know, item, kind of like how the Breath of the Wild one had the sword, but it's still pretty cool. We get an art book though, and I love art books personally, so I don't know about you guys. It looks like it's probably similar to art books you've seen for other collector's editions, like, you know, Xenoblade Chronicles and whatnot. It looks about the same thickness, maybe 100 to 200 pages, give or take. I don't really know. But we've seen a little bit of art in the trailer that they posted on during the direct. But I don't think that's part of the actual trailer. But anyway, so that's that. It's coming out soon, May 12th, 2023. Let's go ahead, switch over to the actual trailer and start breaking that down because there's a lot to go over. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and see the Nintendo Switch logo. It's raining. I'm going to actually play this. I'm going to pause it once in a while, you know, because, you know, obviously we don't want it to be, well, anyways, we're going to pause it. The first things first, we got these creatures, which I don't think we've ever, listen, Breath of the Wild is huge, okay? I played it a lot. I 100%ed it. You guys seen the videos, the streams, but there's a lot of stuff I forgot. But I don't remember ever there being these creatures. So I think these are new creatures that have kind of shown their face, which is crazy. Now, right here, this is where I'm having a hard time. This almost looks like one of the towers, but I don't really know. There's also a symbol right here that I can't fully make out, and then there's a light coming over here. And it's really hard to kind of make out what's going on in this scene. It's very dark. It's raining. Anyways, the reason I have the audio on is for a very specific reason, because there's going to be a dialogue soon, and it's pretty nuts. Anyway, so we got just, you know, typical view of the Bokoblin's, you know, fortress, or a Bokoblin fortress, and it looks, I don't remember them having these backpacks, but again, it's been a minute, correct me if I'm wrong. I think there's been some tweaks though to some of these enemies that we did see. Everything's a lot darker. It's a lot more ominous, excuse me. It's very dark. It's like the Majora's Mask to Ocarina of Time, right? It's way darker. So anyways, we can see a little bit of their fortress, and you know, it looks kind of overrun. There's, I guess it looks like there's a little bit of like splashes of malice or something on the floor potentially. I'm not, but it's not, it's kind of flat, so it doesn't, I don't think it's necessarily malice. I don't really know, because malice is kind of like gooey substance that sits on top of the ground, and that doesn't really look like that to me. So that's the only thing throwing. Okay, so that's the only thing throwing me off. But listen to this. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Listen.
Rise, my servants.
You hear that?
Sweep over Hyrule. Eliminate this kingdom and her allies. Leave no survivors.
And then it's like super scary music. Okay, I'm gonna mute that for now. I want to show you guys that part because it's dialogue, and I'm pretty sure that's obviously the enemy. Whoever the enemy is, and I say whoever because there's a couple theories, right? There's a couple theories. It could be Demise, or it could be Ganondorf. One thing that I think is pretty nuts is you can see right here on the bridge, there is this super insanely gnarly dragon. It's a freaking dragon, guys. Also, if I may point out that there's malice coming out of Death Mountain. There's also malice coming out from the bottom of Hyrule there, and we see a little bit of green, which I believe that's like the ancient magic and whatnot again, kind of going on. You know what? We could maybe turn this down a little bit. Well, maybe not right now. Now here's a thing that I'm also I want to note. I'm pretty sure now. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry if there was a little plosive there. I actually kind of blew into the mic. I'm pretty sure that looks like it's a Sheikah shrine. Excuse me. Now look, I did all 120 shrines, and you know, this is I butchered the name before, so I'm kind of hesitant to say the name. Hateno. I don't want to say it. Everyone roasted me so hard in that video. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. And if I remember right, I'm pretty sure there was a shrine up on that mountain, but I can't remember. Anyways, the point is there's ancient magic swirling from it. So maybe they're reutilizing the shrines, or at least some of the shrines to some extent, and we're going to go back into them, but they're going to be completely different with, you know, this whole ancient magic. That's the best guess that I got. One thing that I do want to note too is right there. Okay, I went too far again. Right here, we can see one of those towers, like the fast travel towers. Again, I'm drawing a blank what they're called. I'm pretty sure there was a specific name, like there's the Sheikah Towers, whatever, but I think there was a different name. Anyways, like I said, it's been a minute. It's been a few years. We got the Blood Moon returning, right? So of course, in full force, okay? Like we got the music. It's ominous. Like he's like, no, that's it, man. I'm mad. He's destroying the castle. We got a little bit of a look at some of the, again, there's that symbol right there. This looks like the church. Yeah, so this is the Great Plateau, because this is the wall surrounding the Great Plateau, and that's like the church. What do you call it, man? Like the temple, the cathedral. I'm drawing a blank on a lot of words today, but you get the idea of what I'm saying. So this looks to be the Great Plateau. So where we would have resurrected is kind of off the screen to the right there. But again, I'm trying to figure out what is that symbol. That's one thing I just cannot seem to pinpoint. The Bokoblins are back, right? They're back in full force here. They got these like spiky things coming out of their heads now. I don't ever remember them having spiky things coming out of their heads. They're like unicorn Bokoblins or something. And all the enemies are just a little bit more gnarly. They look a little bit more intense. Of course, Link riding a horse, which let's just call Epona, because it definitely looks like Epona. And in the background, we got the whole Hyrule Castle that's just kind of like levitating with the sort of malice or whatever it is. You know, it might not be malice per se, but it looks like of that sort. You know, anyways, there's the malice power magic, if you will. Nice little shot of Hyrule. Anyways, moving on. So we got this one shot. This is like probably my favorite shot, I think, because we see Link in his best form, but we have this kind of like, again, it looks like well, hold on here. There's like a tent of some sort, and there's obviously the Sheikah symbol. So there's something going on with this location, but I don't know what it is, because it's like a wooden bottom, right? So it's not very like futuristic, but yet on the circular part, it's like, you know, advanced technology, right? This thing looks weird. It looks like a microphone or something, or like a furnace, not a furnace, but like what do you call those things? You know, where you know, like those grates that the air comes out of in your house. Not the vents. Well, I guess it's kind of like a vent. It kind of looks like a vent, but that's not what I was thinking of. And then we got all these like kind of claws that reminisce the Guardians, right? So is there like a Guardian upside down under here? Is that what's going on? Maybe. I mean, I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. They have all these like tentacles coming out, but he looks a little bit alarmed, to say the very least. There's that one shot right there. I can't even pause on it. Anyways, you get the idea. Sheikah symbols all over. So it looks like some kind of shack. I would say maybe it's in like Kakariko, but I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it is in Kakariko Village. I don't know. You know, it could be at least around Kakariko, to say the very least. Then we got like, look at this, man. Everyone's returned, and they got like spikes coming out of their heads. Everybody's got spikes and more horns than ever. And it's like literally everybody. It's like all the enemies are on like some like, you know, baddie steroids or something. It's nuts. Even this guy, like, look, he's got a big pillar sticking out of his head and has spikes in it. Like, everything is full of spikes and full of danger, and literally everything is just enhanced in terms of the enemies. Man, I don't know why my brain's not working tonight. I'm sorry, guys. This ville we have seen obviously in the game. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember, but I just call it, Mushroom Topville or something. It's like the field of mushroom looking things. But again, everything's kind of, this is like, everything's destroyed, but this is like probably the nicest that we're ever going to see, this game, And again, we get another shot of Link riding what seems to be, let's just call it Pona, through a field. And then we got these flying creatures carrying bokoblins. Like, it wasn't bad enough to have one, right? We're just gonna drop bokoblins on your head from the middle of nowhere. Anyways, we got that. This is like, I know this area, I just don't know what it's called. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank on a lot of the names. This is where you guys can probably help me out, though. Now, keep in mind, right? Look at this, dude. Like, what is this? Like a helmet now with like spiky things coming out of it? It's gnarly. This is cool. Now, this seems more like not as much as Ganondorf, I guess, or whoever it is, but this seems more of like something trying to protect something, like an ancient thing, and it's not necessarily evil or good, right? It's more like, it's just like a defense system, right? That they would have instilled in those ancient times or whatever to protect something. That's my guess. I could be very wrong about that, but I don't think it's necessarily like a bad enemy. You're going to have to fight it, but I think that it's just trying to guard something important. Now, what is that important thing? I have no idea. Your guess, again, is as good as mine. But we can see a little bit of Link's, moves here with the backflip, all the hardcore parkour is returning with some new stuff. This is freaky. So we've seen this. This is what we don't know. Is this Ganondorf or is it Demise? It seems more than definitely Ganondorf, right? It has that red hair on the back. Then again, if you look at Demise had some kind of, fiery hair. But it was more fiery, right? It wasn't really hair per se. And we got the malice in the middle. But again, we're seeing this thing resurrect. And this is assumingly who was talking, right? And what's weird is that there seems to be some of that ancient magic in this thing right here on its forehead. So that's what's kind of throwing me a loop. Now, I mean, it could be, right? It could be that, Ganondorf was Gerudo, and it could be that a lot of this ancient magic, stems from the Gerudos in some way, maybe in correlation between the Gerudos and the Sheikah. I don't know, man. I'm just spitballing what I think, could be, but whether I'm right or wrong, that's yet to be determined. Now, that's a creepy scene. Look at this. It's at this point, it's resurrected. Okay. It is standing firm on its feet, whatever it is. And it is freaky. It is like really freaky. You thought like those Redeads were freaky. No, this is like a Redead Ganondorf. Like, it's just nuts. I love how dark and how creepy this is. Look, I love Majora's Mask. I love Twilight Princess. Those are like really dark games. But anyways, so this thing is resurrecting. I'm willing to bet it's probably Ganondorf, but the hair is so freakishly long. And that's what also throws me off, right? Okay, like, sure, like, it's like maybe it's been growing on the skeleton. I don't know how it grows on a skeleton, but it's Zelda. It's a Zelda world, right? Anything can happen. We have ancient magic, so who knows, right? It's possible. But the hair still, it still makes me think Demise, man. And I just don't know. Could this be? Because everything's super ancient about this game, right? That's the theme. And so I think that Demise would fit perfect, because Demise is literally the essence behind Ganondorf. Demise is the ultimate evil that fuels any other evil in Zelda history, in any Zelda game, whether it's Ganondorf or any other villain. It's Demise, right? That's fueling that. We've seen a little bit of that in Twilight Princess, even though we didn't know for sure it was Demise. But anyways, he comes to life. Let's turn this up a little bit because we got Zelda talking now. Let's listen.
But Link, I am not sure you'll be able to stop him.
I'm not sure you'll be able to stop him. Now, man, oh man, oh man, you think the princess would know us by now. You'd think she'd be confident in us. But hey, I get it. Like, this is an ancient evil. Then this is also why I'm thinking this isn't Ganondorf. And I think that this ancient evil is comes from below the castle. And again, that fits perfectly with Skyward Sword, and I don't think that Nintendo just re-released Skyward Sword as an HD port to the Nintendo Switch for no reason. Everything Nintendo does, especially when it comes to Zelda, is for a reason, okay? And so I'm pretty sure that that just makes me think more that it is Demise, just from its location. And the fact that Zelda is so, like, iffy, like, I don't think you're gonna be able to beat him. You know what I mean? I don't think that's just Ganondorf, man. I think there's a little bit more going on here. I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyways, cool thing is we got those green things again that look like some kind of green bombs or something. I don't know. Ancient green bombs. We don't know. We still don't know what they are. But anyways, then we got this epic dive. Let me turn it down a little bit. And it's sort of like reminiscent, you know, a theme from the original Breath of the Wild theme, right? That it's like a remix. We're gonna have to go back anyways and watch this, but it's just a beautiful remix. Okay, let's go back because we got a couple things to nitpick here. So Link is diving. There's not a whole lot to see here except that he's coming from way up high, and there's some malice here. I don't know. I can't tell from this location what that is. Very hard to see in the distance. Where you see, there's a big kind of black square in the sky here, which is kind of weird. Again, one of those towers right here. But what's interesting is there's this pattern in the ground. And so I'm trying to figure out how this all connects. Obviously, we trigger something that is both good and evil, right? We got the good ancient stuff and the bad ancient stuff, right? The evil magic and the good magic, I guess, if you will, for lack of a better word. That looks like a bokoblin base right there. Anyways, there seems to be another tower, by the way. Oops, hold on. Right there. There seems to be another tower right there where my cursor's circling. We got one of these enemies, right? And Link goes ahead and he shoots this kind of, again, it charges up with like some kind of ancient magic right there. And it's it's like seeking. It's a tracking. Look at that. He doesn't even aim at it. He aims over here and watch it. It hooks. It tracks. We got some kind of arrow that is like a seeker arrow. It just tracks the enemy, which is going to be OP and pretty awesome. But I'm sure that they're going to cost a hefty price of resources and different things like that. But I thought that was pretty gnarly. Anyways, we defeat that thing. We can ride these rails, which is pretty cool. So he's riding on you can see like his shield. And then this is other foot kind of kicking out. So there's like, I guess these rail systems that we're going to be able to ride on like that. And again, some bokoblins. And I don't know what's going on here. There's some red mixed into this boulder, which is very intriguing to say the very least. This is a brand new move, okay? So we're talking about Sheikah abilities. This is a brand new move that I cannot tell for the life of me. I think it's coming from his hand. There's no Sheikah slate. He's not using a Sheikah slate. This is directly from the hand that, you know, ended up being, you know, overtaken with that power stuff, if you will, right? So that's what's going on here. And we can see that he's using it. He's using it in a way that rotates everything, right? So there's this thing that he can spin. You can see there's like arrows going left and right and arrows going up and down. And he's kind of like spinning it around in that way. So it's very, very, very intriguing to say the very least, because again, you know, it's all that ancient magic technology, and it's coming straight from his hand. Again, there is no Sheikah slate in here. Now he has this big giant weapon. I don't know what this is, brand new weapon of some sort, but he turns around and it shoots. And again, it looks like that ancient magic. It shoots this giant boulder out of it. It's like a cannon. It's like a cannon on a stick. I don't know. It's weird. I love it though. It looks amazing. And you can see it looks like it kind of has that dragon. So remember that dragon in the logo? It kind of looks like that dragon. Similarly, and there's a lot of that symbolism around it. So we get this somehow from these ancient tribes or whatever And it's just crazy. Look, you can see a little bit on the bottom there. It looks really, really cool. So we're getting all these new weapons, all these new ways of fighting, which is really, really cool, you know, with the new kind of ancient magic abilities to come from his arm and all these new weapons. Now, this one's really, really interesting. Now, this one, it looks like it's like ancient Zelda or something. I don't know what's going on here, but she's glowing. She's glowing like she's like in a goddess form, and she has all that ancient attire on her chest. And I'm like, it looks like Princess Zelda. If we look at some of the shots of her in her white robe from Breath of the Wild, it looks very similar to that. So I'm willing to bet it's probably Zelda, but I don't know. And we don't see the face at all. But again, it's very, very interesting. So what's going on? Could it be Zelda in another form? Could she be going on her own mission to get some additional powers? And this is her, when she's kind of more, I guess, powered, if you will. What's going on here? I don't know. Or maybe it's not Zelda. Maybe it's just like the goddess Hylia. But I mean, Zelda is basically the goddess Hylia reincarnate. So I mean, there is that. So maybe it's the goddess Hylia, kind of merged with Zelda on a higher level. I don't know. But anyway, she reaches out for you. And this is Link's hand, of course, which is all like messed up with those freakishly messed up nails. And again, we can see he's looking at the hand. So we know that's his hand, right? It's like, this is a clear giveaway. He's looking at the hand. He's got this ability. I don't know how it works yet, except for what we've seen. But again, look, we have another ability right here where he lifts something out of it. So it's kind of like that I forget what it's called, but the magnetize move in Breath of the Wild. But again, no Sheikah Slate. Every ability is coming from that hand. You got to keep in mind. And the hand, look, it's glowing and it's shooting out that magic and it's lifting this thing up, right? And he has to do something with it. I don't know what exactly he's doing with it. Now, this is where things get cool. Again, this is all with the same theme, right? With the ancient magic. We have this like ancient magic, like gigantic go-kart of sorts that we can ride around the place. And again, just looking in the background, we see again Death Mountain kind of steaming with that malice, which is crazy. It looks cool. I love this, man. It looks so freaking rad. And again, with a hot air balloon sort of thing, it's one of those ancient magic devices. And then we also have this flying device, which is really cool, which again is also, part of that ancient kind of magic, mechanisms, if you will. And again, we were wondering how we going to get up to the top here. Well, that's probably one way is we're going to use like these things to fly up here and, also be able to travel in the sky, because we have this whole sky, like village, town, ancient, ruins, if you will. We can see tons in the background. There's also these like strings, and I'm wondering if these strings are something like they look like strings of magic or something. I wonder if you can use those to get up and down as well. I don't know. Like I said, your guess is as good as mine. Giant ball here. Like we can see like tons more in the distance on the top right. Even at the very, very top, there's tons. It's nuts. We got, again, another shot of Link riding. There's like red here. So this is overtaken by that kind of malice magic, if you will, or whatever. And again, we got some more of these towers in the distance that we can see. And there's this box right here. Now look, this is kind of weird. Watch this box. Okay, watch really, really closely. This box is just falling. Why is that falling from the sky? I have no idea. But it has that green ancient magic on it again, and it's just falling from the sky. It's crazy. So yeah, and then we got the logo, and that's pretty much it. But we got one more shot. This shot is pretty rad. So this is when it all happens, right? This is where it all begins to happen. And if we kind of pause it a little bit quicker, we can see it comes out of him. His sword is all messed up. We can see the sword here. It's full of that malice. What happened to his sword? What happened to the Master Sword for this to happen? I don't know. We already knew that right from the logo and stuff and whatnot, but the sword is corrupted in and of itself. So this is spewing out of the chest of this enemy, which again, demise, Ganondorf, who knows, right? And it comes towards him, as you can see. And as it comes towards him, his hand is already messed up. So at this point, his hand is already messed up, but he doesn't have that device on his hand. So I'm willing to bet that it's that device specifically on his hand that is giving him the ancient magic abilities, right? It's not the fact that his hand is all messed up. He probably needs it because his hand is all messed up, and it got all messed up in this section here. It got burnt to a crisp with this ancient magic. But what he's doing here is pretty heroic.
Please, lend him your power.
So she's I don't know if you heard that. Let me play that one more time. Okay, it's very important you hear that dialogue. Okay, so let me turn it up.
Please, lend him your power.
Please lend him your power. She's asking somebody else to lend Link their power. I think this is part of how we get that ancient magic. She's asking, I guess, the ancient Sheikah tribes or whatever, or something to lend Link the power. Now look, his arm, right? It's all messed up. He's reaching out for her. Because remember, we've seen that shot in like one of the very first trailers where she was like falling down a big black, pit, and she was reaching up. That's the shot. This is the shot, but this is the shot from the side where we can see Link. He's going after her, and it's just, that's it. That's it. And it's March 12th, 2023. So it's pretty crazy, guys. Honestly, there's a lot going on in this trailer. I think this trailer is fantastic. There's a ton. I might have missed a bunch, but I tried to pick apart as much as I possibly can. So let me know in the comments below if I missed anything. Let me know if I just sounded like a complete idiot throughout this, or what you guys think about it all. Again, keep in mind those towers are lit up. Those towers were lit up, which is crazy in the intro there. So a lot to go to pick apart, man. There's a lot going on. I wanted to break it down as best as I could. Again, let me know if I missed anything. Again, that dragon, by the way, is a 3-headed dragon. I don't know if you caught that, but that is a 3-headed dragon that I just realized right here. So we got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 heads on that dragon. That's gnarly. I can't wait. This game looks insane, guys. I cannot wait. It looks like they've done an amazing job with it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And obviously going to be playing through it when the game comes out, in May. And I'm also going to bring you guys a bunch of guides. Lord willing, all goes as planned then too. So keep it locked on the channel. Be sure to subscribe for more. Share this video with your friends if you guys found it interesting and entertaining and all that good stuff. And again, let me know in the comment section below what I missed or what you guys think of this trailer. Thanks for watching. Till the next one. Game on. I'll see you guys soon.